You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO The Vibe.
Covering all conversation, from dating to getting revenge on your exes. This is Talking Points with Shabazz Davis on World Improv Network.
Good evening. Good evening, and welcome to Talking Points. My name is Jerome Carmichael, filling in for Shabazz Davis this week, who is busy taking out his garbage. Good luck with that, Shabazz. I hope you recycle. Now, here on Talking Points, we tend to have a lot of celebrities and famous people, or just people who have problems. But we're going to take it somewhere different today. Today we have our first actual non-human guest. We have the Ebola Virus here with us today. Hello and welcome. Oh, thank you. You look great tonight too. Oh. Can I call you Ebe? Oh, sorry, Mr. Ola. Thank you for being here, Mr. Ola, and you're all over the news lately. Yes, some would say it's not all good news. You have been spreading like wildfire. Yes. And I that's great for you, absolutely. But there are a lot of African villages, a lot of volunteer workers who not as pleased with your progress. Well, I understand that's just what you're born to do. It is your nature. But what about the human cost? Do you never think of that? Now we're gonna have to bleep that in post. That's an incredibly callous point of view. Well, now, I think that we're getting to the heart of the issue here, Mr. Ola, and that is your methods of attack are so brutal, and your symptoms are so harsh and menacing. I think, why not just scare people? Why do you have to murder as well? Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said murder. That was over the line on me, and I apologize. Okay. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. Now, but as you spread from village to village, I understand that you want to get out there. You want to see new places. But why not just find a carrier host? Why do you have to... Why must you viciously attack everyone? Why not just carried from village to village? Maybe infect a few people, but wiping out entire villages, Mr. Ola? I see. So, no, I'm starting to see where you're coming from a little bit. Some people don't deserve life. That's true. But you seem quite indiscriminate with your spreading. Yes, I guess one can't fight one's nature. I'd like to bring in an old friend, of yours, not mine. This is actually my first time meeting him. We have with us today also the one aid worker who has been cured of the Ebola virus, fully cured, Mr. Terrence Quanto. Welcome to the show, Terrence.
I'm kind of scared being here, actually, guys. I mean, I don't want to sit across from him again. I almost died.
Yes, I thank you, Mr. Ola. I think that's that's a magnanimous point of view. Look, we here around the Talking Points table, we're all friends. Mr. Quanto, you have nothing to fear from Mr. Ola.
You promise that you won't jump inside my body again and ravage me and almost kill me? That sounds sincere.
And Mr. Quanto, you've beaten this disease once.
I have.
Why not twice?
You're right. You're right. You know what, Mr. Ebola? If you decide to jump inside me again, I will fight you, and I will beat you again, even though you look so cute over there in your big amoebic state.
Okay, well, let's not let tensions get too high here around the Talking Points table. But that brings up a very good point, Mr. Quanto. This is the first man who's ever beaten you back. It was full on. It was hard. We all, following in the news, thought Mr. Quanto was going to die.
Yeah.
And he beat you.
I just want to let you know, Mr. Carmichael, I ended up beating him in overtime with a last-second field goal.
Sudden death, if you will.
It was sudden death overtime, and boy, it was close, but I got that white blood cell right up through the uprights, and it saved me.
Now, Mr. Ola, do you have anything to say to Mr. Quanto? Anything that you need to get off your chest? Oh. Oh.
Okay. Apology accepted. I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to do that.
That's beautiful. I had no idea you were such a fan of Maya Angelou. Yes, I guess we all know a little bit about why the caged bird sings.
I apologize for under the assumption that you wanted to kill me. You didn't want to. I'm sorry.
He just has to.
He just has to. I know. It's your childhood. It's your upbringing. You don't want to do certain things, but you're forced to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, maybe...
actually, Mr. Quanto, I would beg to differ here. I think this is more a case of nature than nurture.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do. It was nature that created Mr. Ola, some random mutation of RNA, and he can't help what he is. Absolutely. I too would be worried if this cure becomes much more common, because
we don't want you to die, Mr. Ola. We don't want you to die. You're right, it's not your fault. You're born that way.
You have just as much right to whatever kind of life it is a virus has.
Mr. Carmichael, I'd like to propose something. You're a very influential man, and you and your esteemed host, Mr. Shabazz Davis.
He's really the heart of the influence.
Could you maybe pull some strings and have him submit nothing but wintergreen lifesavers worldwide and say that's the cure for Ebola, and then we won't ever have to lose him, and people will continue to die?
I can certainly run that up the flagpole, gentlemen, but I don't know if that's within my powers. Not to mention that the entire studio audience here has already heard the truth. But I will certainly do my best to get behind pro-Ebola causes, henceforth, prevent another extinction.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Mr. Carmichael, since I'm a U.S. citizen and I survived, therefore I think the jurisdiction legally is in the United States, in which case I could go to Washington and put a rally together to rally for equal rights for Mr. Ebola. All right, and then he would get full protection, and if they go to kill him, that would be not only murder, possibly even genocide. And then we could use our U.S. military to stop those who are trying to kill him.
I would join in that march with you, Mr. Quanto, hand in hand with Mr. Ola as well.
And I would let you ride in my brainstem on that rally, Mr. Yes, I would. I'd be honored to have you inside of me again.
Wow. I don't think anything I could say would be more heartfelt than what you have just expressed, Mr. Ola. I want to thank you. Clearly, the audience agrees, and I want to thank you both for joining us around the Talking Points table today and really putting your past differences behind you and finding consensus and a united front. Thank you, and good night, America.
Give the Windcast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Wind blog during the commercial break of what issues the Wind counselors can help you with during Good, Bad, Ugly. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Only on KZKO.